Ladies and gents, from Lucy Rex, and this is Miscellaneous Myths Tamlin by the channel Sarcastic production. Look, I'm not saying if I inherited an enchanted forest haunted by a sexy ghost that I personally would go out and seduce them. I'm just saying I understand where the impulse is coming from. Yeah, okay. A list of all similarities this tale has with Arrows and Psyche. Yeah. Pregnant heroine, imprisoned boyfriend, a series of trials for the heroine, initiated by a powerful godlike and inhuman female entity, a happy ending. Yeah, we saw that, Eros and Psyche video. Yeah. So this kind of feels similar. I mean, that's not surprising. Lots of myth, when you really think about it, gets inspiration from other old myths or something like that. So yeah, this is gonna be a fun video. This is by the channel Sarcastic production. I love this channel. I react a lot from this channel. I started reacting months ago, I guess, and then I started reacting 2 videos, I guess, since they cover different type of things like mythological video, history video, trope of different things like that. So yeah, upload 2 videos a day, I guess, reaction videos. So if you haven't seen them, check out the causes playlist for it. Other playlists too, like Interhistorian, CGP Grey, Oversimplified, History, and yeah. Let's do this one.
Halloween is awesome. Oh, I know, candy and stuff, but I mostly mean the feel of it. It's the turning point between summer and winter, a time when brittle leaves drift down like crackling rain, and the wind is always just a bit colder than you expect it to be. Soft gray clouds and whispers in the shadows, and the wind ripping through your hair and clothes. Look, the season is my jam, alright? Now, historically, the time around Halloween has almost always demarcated a special time of year in almost any part of the world with a seasonal transition. Samhain and its corresponding spring holiday Beltane were both considered times when Fae and other such spirits could more easily slip into our world and cause problems. Outside the Gaelic mythosphere, All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day also happen in that general time frame, holidays when saints and the dead are specially celebrated and mourned. Dia de los Muertos, a Mexican holiday which used to be celebrated at the beginning of summer, has been retroactively associated with All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day, and bumped up to the general time frame of Halloween as well. Bottom line, a lot of people see Halloween as a time when spirits, ghosts, fairies, and other such otherworldly entities get the opportunity for some special attention. So it's no surprise that there are some...
Isn't Halloween come from, I guess, Irish culture, from Ireland? I guess if I'm I don't know, mixing things up, I'm pretty sure that's the case. From Ireland, they used to believe that around Halloween's time, ghosts and other, I guess, creatures, comes out or something. So they dress up to, I guess, do something, I guess, scare them away. I don't know what that case is. But then in the, more in the modern case, it became a whole day thing where they do trick or treating and things like that, candies and things. I guess it's an Irish culture, but I guess kids love it because candies and costumes are involved, so it became all national thing, even the world global thing, I guess. So yeah.
Folk tales with that exact premise. The most famous of them comes out of Scotland, which has given us a gloriously eerie folktale taking place in the exact context of Halloween's magical liminal time. This is the story of Tamlin. So our story begins with a dire warning. We are informed that maidens should never go through the woods of Carterhaugh, or if they do go, they should make sure to leave a token of some kind, like a ring or a green cloak, because Carterhaugh is haunted by the mysterious yet handsome and sensitive Tamlin, and should an enterprising maiden pass through the woods without leaving him a souvenir, he'll take her virginity instead. This is when we're introduced to our spunky heroine, Bonnie Janet, who enters the story when she...
That's just dark, man. Really? I mean, take a life instead. Understand that. Usually, threat of killing somebody is kind of, your default way to go when it comes to myth. But take virginity, that's strong. I have this, feeling that, all myths have some kind of truth behind it. That's what I think. I guess that's the basic thumb rule to go around, I guess, because it's rarely just myths just came to be. I mean, yeah, people have wild imagination, but some form of truth has to be behind that. That's what I'm thinking. So I guess around this time, during those woods, there must be some kind of bandits or some kind of bad elements there who used to rape people left and right, and that created this kind of myths. That's the only thing I can think of. And maybe they created this kind of thing, like if you leave some kind of jewelry that is profitable, they'll leave you alone or something like that.
Hikes up her skirts, does her hair up all fancy, and strolls on into Carterhaugh like she owns the place. As it turns out, this is because Janet actually does own the place. Her dad owns the surrounding lands and has given the woods to her. She plucks a double-headed rose, and Tamlin appears all magical, like, "What are you doing in my haunted glen at this time of night? Don't you know the stories?" And Janet's all, "Oh, gee, looks like I left my rings and cloak at home. Well, I'm sure I can think of something to offer you." Look, you're cute, and everyone at my dad's castle is, like, super old. So Janet and Tamlin do what young, attractive singles do, and then Janet heads home. It soon becomes clear that she's rather predictably gotten pregnant. Her father asks her which of his knights is responsible.
Wait a minute. She saw a ghost, and that was her reaction? Damn.
For this, and Janet's like, "Hey, nobody's responsible for this baby but me." and also my elf boyfriend who lives in the woods. So she runs back to Carter Hall and contemplates using an herbal plan B, but then Tamlin's like, whoa, before you do anything like that, let me tell you my tragic backstory. See, Tamlin isn't actually an elf or a fairy. He's human. But one day, when he was out riding, he fell off his horse straight into the arms of the Queen of the Fairies, who took him into the hill where the Fae lived. Now, it's nice consorting with the Queen of the Fae, but unfortunately for Tamlin, the Fae have something of a septennial responsibility. Every 7 years on Halloween, they have to pay a tithe to hell. The Fae don't really like sacrificing one of their own, so they prefer to sacrifice humans.
Oh, that's what it is. Of course I know what year it is. Relax, of course we'll pay. Walk through your daddy issue on your own time, man.
When they have them. And Tamlin worries that this year he's set to be sacrificed. And also Halloween is today. While Janet is having none of this, and with the help of Tamlin's insider information, they come up with a plan by which she can rescue him and conveniently avoid winding up as a single mother. So at midnight, Janet sneaks out, camouflaged from fairy eyes in a green cloak.
Hold up there, I thought he was the ghost already, right? I mean, when he appears suddenly in front of her, I guess. That's what he said.
She watches the fairy procession, spots Tamlin's horse, and leaps out to pull him out of the saddle. The Queen of the Fairies responds by transforming Tamlin into respectively a lizard, a snake, a bear, a lion, a chunk of red-hot iron, and finally an actual fire. Fortunately, Janet was prepared for this, and Tamlin had previously told her that, as her baby daddy, there's no way he could hurt her no matter what form he takes. So she refuses to let go, except to dump Fire Tamlin in a well, at which point he attains his final transformation, Tamlin but naked. Janet bundles him up in her cloak, and the Queen of the Fairies angrily concedes defeat. Though she does tell Tamlin that if she'd known he'd end up like this, in a relationship with a mortal woman, she would have started off their relationship by petrifying his eyeballs. That is a red flag if ever I saw one.
No.
Seriously, man. That's just dark. Or to petrify your eyeballs. God damn. And they are like, hey, I guess this is happily ever after. But I thought he was a ghost, right? I mean, I'm confused. At the start, I'm pretty sure, she just goes through the jungle and he appears like that. I mean, that's the case, right? I'm pretty sure that's the case.
On the place. Appears all magical, given the woods to her. She plucks a double-headed rose, and Tamlin appears all magical like...
There you go. So I guess he's a ghost, right? So why does she have to rescue him? I don't know. I'm confused here.
You think you love her.
I credit my love of the Halloween season almost entirely to Jill Thompson's Scary Godmother comics. Look them up if you only see the terrifying 3D animation. Yeah.
And you're making...
I had a beautifully illustrated picture book of Tamlin as a kid. Although it left out the part about Tamlin's status as the sexy sex ghost of Ketero and Janet being pregnant. I mean, yeah, obviously it's a kid book. They're gonna leave that out. And that kid is How I Met You. Okay. Damn. I mean, this is, the Halloween thing, man. I mean, it's not big in India, obviously, but I'm pretty sure it's big all around the world in some form. Some cultures, like she says at the start of the video, also has something like Halloween around that time. I think, in here, I guess there is a certain dates in here that basically is like, this is more like a ghost and spirit type of day. That is one day, I guess, that I think is around the same month. So I guess there is some similarities. In November or I guess in October, there is a time that one day, I'm not completely sure, but there's one day which is supposed to be about all the ghosts and things like that, I guess before Diwali. So I guess that's kind of same, I don't know. So yeah. Alright people, that was Tamlin by Oli Sarcastic Production. If you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the Rick's There's a link in the description. Check out the cast wall, please check out the end cards, and I'll see you next time.